Mr. Najib Rahman, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister and Chief Guest of this session, members of the delegation of Bangladesh, Japan, Public-Private Joint Economic Dialogue, PPED, business leaders from Bangladesh, representative of various chambers, officials from Japan and Bangladesh, our ambassador in Japan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to you all. Firstly, I would like to welcome all of you to this networking session this morning. You heard that we have a very time-tested relationship with Japan since independence. Bangladesh has made a phenomenal journey from an abysmally poor country to a developing country. And in this whole journey, one country that always stood by us, that's Japan. Thank you, Japan, for all the contribution that you have made towards our development journey. And you know, by now we have all the goodwill and commitment from the highest level of our Honorable Prime Minister and Prime Minister of Japan up to the grassroots level, people in general. There is so much of goodwill between the people of Japan and Bangladesh. And we have to cash on this, take it forward. And in order to do that, we have what it takes. So much of complementarity between Japan and Bangladesh. Japan, one of the greatest and the richest country in the world, with so many wise people with knowledge and expertise. And we have so many young people to utilize that knowledge and apply it in reality. And Japan has large investable surplus, investable resources. And Bangladesh is a country, unique country, with so much of investment opportunity. You can see so much of complementarity between these two countries. And that gives the ground for our engagement and collaboration in as many areas as we can even think. So, you can see Japanese business is very smart. They're already active in Bangladesh. Recently we had a very large M&A transaction, merger and acquisition transaction from a Japanese company in Bangladesh. I believe this will continue. You people, have arrived as reflecting increasing interest of the Japanese business in Bangladesh. I believe many more will follow your footsteps. And this session, I believe, will create that opportunity for engagement in newer areas and take the opportunities that Bangladesh economy has created. This has been well reflected in the recent Asian Development Outlook report that has been prepared and presented by Asian Development Bank, in which it says in 2008, of the 45 Asia Pacific countries, Bangladesh is the fastest growing. And it also predicted in 2019 and 20, Bangladesh will remain the fastest growing country in the Asia Pacific region. And how Bangladesh could be, growing that fast? Basically, this is because of the strong leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister. And the report mentioned that. Good governance and stable government with policy predictability, macroeconomic stability, and right development priorities. We have prioritized our social aspects before other things, and that's why quality of life is increasing in this country much faster than in any other country. You see, during the recent visit of the Honorable Prime Minister to Japan, she has mentioned this. And she said that we are the second largest RMG producer in the world, the biggest player. However, we like to consolidate the gains of RMG, but at the same time go beyond it. And there we need the support and collaboration between Japan and Bangladesh. And we like to diversify the economy. And we like to make it a knowledge and technology-based economy like the one that you have. So this is the best gainful engagement that we can have between Japan and Bangladesh. Honorable Prime Minister, when she was in Japan, listened to Japanese business. She said, "I'm here to listen." And you spoke. And she called upon you to explore newer areas for investment, especially in export-oriented sectors. She presented, in fact, a new Bangladesh, new realities of Bangladesh, new narratives. Fast-growing country, highest competitive country in terms of cost, in terms of human resource availability and size of the domestic market, access to international market, trade facilitation, and investment protection. This is, in fact, part of what Honorable Prime Minister has said while she was in Beijing. Please also note that this is the country. I request you to note it emphatically. This is the country that has the highest corporate profitability relative to many other countries. Some of the biggest MNCs, multinational companies, like Telenor, Unilever, Standard Chartered, operate in this country, also operate in 100 other countries. But their highest profitable operation is here in Bangladesh. This is what Bangladesh offers. I'm sure you know this, and this has been reflected well in the interest that Japanese business has taken. I'd like to thank the Japanese business once again. And I can assure you, in order to take this relationship forward, government has given policy support in the past, and government will continue to give policy support even in the future. In this budget, government has made a provision for automobile industry, in which we have a common, simultaneous interest from both sides. For other areas of interest as well, there has been given a lot of policy support, and this will continue. And we are trying to create enabling business and investment environment in this country by improving ease of doing business. We have taken massive reforms initiative. We worked on that for 2 years. In the very near future, you will see huge improvement in ease of doing business. At the same time, we are offering monster of service for the investors as well. Hundreds of economic zones are coming up. You will hear about this. All other infrastructural, physical, legal, institutional facilities will be made available. And I believe this momentum will continue on both sides, on Bangladesh as well as Japanese side. I am confident that this session will consolidate the gains we already made, also create opportunities in future engagement. I'm sure and also hopeful that we'll have a very effective networking and fruitful session. And with this, I would like to end. Thanking you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.